Get up, you son of a bitch!
Cause Pawn's drunk loves ya.
What up? What up? You already know this is Punch Drunk, aka Mr. Moonshine himself, aka El Adobo, aka El Sazón, aka El Borracho, aka Café Bustelo, aka El Pastor de Boxeo. Ladies and gentlemen, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in this side of heaven. God bless you all. I wasn't planning to go live, but I was a little bit busy yesterday, and I was supposed to do the hangover recap, of course, of this past weekend event. A lot of news, a lot of news in the ring, a lot of news outside of the ring. Um, Congratulations to Amanda Serrano securing her 50th win. 3.4 million people viewed it on TikTok. Shout out to Amanda Serrano, the 7th Division World Champion, featherweight undisputed. Hold on, because there's a lot of topics to talk about. It's a lot of topics to talk about. Give me a second. Give me a second. Give me a second. It's here with the intro. Feel me? Shout out to Amanda Serrano. 50th win. Didn't get the knockout. Didn't break the record. It's still tied. She still has the record with Christy Martin, but she still didn't break it. And hopefully she got another opportunity to break the record. She did not announce the retirement, even though that she sounded like, "What more can I give?" Father Time is catching up. But congratulations to the champ, the ambassador, the queen, Amanda Serrano. And congratulations to Teofimo Lopez beating Rolly Romero. Congratulations to Teofimo Lopez, 3 division world champion by the age of 29. Arguably got the best resume in the sport of boxing, the most difficult resume in the sport of boxing. You already know that Teofimo Lopez never picked up no vacant titles, never had an easy route. Even though the politics of the sport of boxing have tampered with the legacy of Teofimo Lopez, like in the lightweight division and in the junior welterweight division. Teofimo Lopez once again became a 3 division world champion, capturing the WBA welterweight champion of the world. And now we have a very interesting welterweight division. The welterweight division is alive and well. It got Devin Haney as a champion, Ryan Garcia as a champion that's going to be performing versus Conor Benn. Shout out to the people in the chat. What's good? What's good? What's good? Wrong in the building. Dime mi hermano. Shout out to the members in the building. What's good? Boxing professor in the building. Tavon in the building. Burns in the building. What's good, man? Say, my boy. What's good? We chilling. You know what I'm saying? Had to talk about a couple things, you know what I'm saying? Because I'm like, damn, what I'm gonna do tomorrow? If I do tomorrow, am I gonna be busy? Am I gonna be this? So I got time in my hands right now, to talk and recap the weekend. You know, Ron said Teal has beat champions each and every time and picked up a belt. Facts. He becomes a champion by beating champions, and I think a lot of and I think they're not giving Teofimo Lopez credit enough for it. But we're gonna get to that. We're gonna run down the subject that we're gonna be talking about. And that's the good things in the ring. Now the things outside of the ring, of course, that we all heard yesterday, today. I think most of the people in the community been talking about it. Give me a second. First and foremost, rest in peace to Devin Haney's mother that passed away. You know what I'm saying? My condolences goes out to Devin Haney, loved ones, friends, loved ones, and prayer that each day his heavy heart gets a bit lighter and lighter. I don't know the experience of losing a mother, man, and I know that that's a pain that it can't even be you can't explain that type of pain, and especially I don't know the nature of the relationship between Devin Haney and his mom. We always see Devin Haney with Bill. Seems like Bill's one that raised them and stuff like that, but I'm not sure. We never really see Devin Haney's mom in the public eye as much like that. We did see her, in the Ryan Garcia fight. But again, my condolences go out to Devin Haney. and his family. And there's some controversy that surrounded that during in social media, and I think that Devin Haney probably not even paying attention to what Tank says. I know if I was in that situation, like I wouldn't even be paying attention to social media, Twitter, Instagram, nothing like that. I don't even got time. You know, your mood is you're devastated. So but in the social media scene, you know what I'm saying? Tank Davis took it to social media and actually allegedly mocked the death of Devin Haney's mom, which a lot of people, including myself, feel like that's disgusting. Um, Regardless of you a fan of Devin or Tank or a hater of Devin or Tank, or in the end of the day, I believe that it was a disgusting uh, um thing to mock the dead. And of course, yes, we're going to be talking about the back and forth. Who I know a lot of people in the community, you see it in Twitter. Who started it? Who started? The Haney started it, talking about the Tank's moms, and people shouldn't you know you can't expect and you can't control how somebody's going to react. And I'm not saying that it's cool as well. I mean, but ain't no coming back from that. And I don't want nobody. I mean, is inevitable that we might experience the passing of our parents, but I think that that is a such thing called rest in peace, and it seems like Tank peace doesn't want her to be rested in peace because it created a lot of chaos in social media for the Haneys, in which Devin Haney's big brother did reply. We're going to be talking about that as well. Um, Also, of course, prior to the week, Shanae Shields, Claressa Shields, we are as we all know, BK Scott, but she's still doing interviews and stuff like that. And of course, we got a great fight that's going to be attached to Claressa Shields, and that's why we're going to be talking about Claressa Shields, because the potential matchup between her and the winner of, I mean, she's been calling out Michaela Mayer and Lauren Price, but what about if Chantel Cameron wins? Which I think Chantel Cameron is a little bigger than naturally bigger than Michaela Mayer. She's a more heavy set girl. I think she got more pop. I think that I've noticed that Claressa Shields really don't want to talk about Chantel Cameron, in which I believe I'm actually picking. I'm actually picking Chantel Cameron to beat Michaela Mayer. And this is gonna be this Saturday. It's gonna be a wonderful fight. This is one of the most prestige fight in women boxing, one of the top fights in women boxing. If you ask me, is one of the top three fights that you could make. Michaela Mayer is an Olympian, a great boxer, and stuff like that. But I believe that Chantel Cameron, who got one of the best wins of this generation of women boxing, she's the only one to defeat Katie Taylor and to become undisputed. She lost to Katie Taylor in a close fight, but Chantel Cameron has all the skills and attributes to beat Michaela Mayer as well. Michaela Mayer has taken losses like she was. I mean, it was kind of rough. I think that Sandy Ryan probably would have took a fight. She did lose to Alicia Baumgartner, that's also attached to you know the potential rematch of Michaela Mayer, the Claressa Shields drama, and things of that nature. You got Caroline Dubois that going to be performing as well. So women boxing is alive and well. We had Claressa Shields, we had Amanda Serrano, we got Michaela Mayer, we got Cameron, we got Caroline Dubois. So we got pound for pound fighters in the women division that is active. And we're also going to be talking about the lack of activity in the sport of boxing as well. Dímelo, mi hermano, que lo que es. Saco los 10 pesos de super chari chari para que a comprar comida china mañana. Bro, did you watch Inside the Ring? Tim Bradley is a hater, bro. You can tell he hates Teal. He does. But I think that they all handle themselves professionally. You know what I'm saying? When Max Kellerman said T.O. Hall of Fame, Tim stayed quiet with hate in his eyes. Also, I mean, look, I'm saying it like this: Timothy Bradley can't even get mad if they. I think that I already said it when Teofimo Lopez beat Josh Taylor, he's already a future Hall of Famer. You know what I'm saying? Because we cannot neglect. We cannot neglect. We could play semantics all we want, but we cannot neglect. I don't give a damn if you hate Teofimo Lopez, you a fan of Teofimo Lopez. The facts remain. If you follow the sport of boxing, we all know that the fight with Vasily Lomachenko was undisputed. I don't give a damn if the WBC franchise wanted to play around and wanted to tamper with the legacy of Vasily Lomachenko and Teofimo Lopez. Let's not act like we don't know what happened, what we seen, what transpired, and I'm not gonna take it away from Teofimo Lopez. Y'all could do that, but I ain't gonna take that away from Tio. And then when he moved up to the junior welterweight division, we all know that Josh Taylor was undisputed. And the only reason it wasn't for undisputed is because he vacated his strap. He was undefeated. He was on a pound for pound list, top six, top seven. Vasily Lomachenko was on a pound for pound list. One, two, three, you can flip it around. So I don't want to hear it, man. I don't know. And let me tell you like this. Shout out to Timothy Bradley. But because of Timothy Bradley going into the Hall of Fame, there's a lot of people that's questioning. I think that because I remember when he got into the Hall of Fame, the thing of surrounded that was, oh, if Timothy Bradley can make it to the Hall of Fame, then this person can make it to the Hall of Fame. Then this person can make it to the Hall of Fame. You know what I'm saying? People may feel like Timothy Bradley making it to the Hall of Fame actually watered down the Hall of Fame. I mean, that's what people feel. So he can't feel a certain way. But shout out to Timothy Bradley. Good analyst. I'm not saying that I agree with everything he says, but for the most part, he's accurate in a lot of things, but also in it, but I don't agree with all the things that he said. Um Lisa in the building, good looking out, Lisa. Good looking out. Appreciate you. Hold on, give me a second. Let me put this here. Boom. Let's talk about it. Yeah. Oh, why? Let's talk. Yeah, let's do it like that. No, let's do the regular. Um, where we at? Where we at? Give me a second, y'all. Okay. Shout out to the people in the chat. If Chantel Cameron wins and fight, Claressa Shields might win because both fight in spurts and like to use distance. Exactly. I actually think that the biggest threat, like she's calling out Lauren Price, she's calling out Michaela Mayer, but the biggest threat, in my opinion, is actually Chantel Cameron, especially if he beats Michaela Mayer. And it's weird that Claressa Shields not calling out Chantel Cameron. She's the one that she got some pop. She's durable. She's the bigger one out of both of them. You know what I'm saying? I don't know, but we'll see in that fight. We'll see if Michaela Mayer. I think it's a 50-50 fight, but I just feel I look. It's a 51-49 fight, and I got Chantel Cameron winning a split decision victory over Michaela Mayer. Ron said, Bradley without his bias is a great analyst. Yes, facts. You know what I'm saying? Facts. Um, okay. So of course, um let's lead with Lauren Price is a solid boxer, but she has no inside game to discourage Shields and will not know what to do when the lockup stand the European style. I just feel like right now, if Chantel beats Michaela Mayer, I think she can look. I think that Chantel Cameron can handle speed. I think she could carry her weight very, very well. She rehydrates really, really good. She got some good pop for a woman. You know what I'm saying? So I just feel like Chantel Cameron is going to beat Michaela Mayer. And I like Michaela Mayer, but I don't know. I think that she gets bored boxing. You know what I'm saying? And then she tries to brawl, and I think that's when Michaela Mayer. I think Michaela Mayer starts off too slow, and she likes to get herself into a firefight. And when she does get herself into that firefight, I don't think that it's like she got the skills to make it easy, but it's something about it that she just get bored somewhere somehow throughout the. She's playing catch up. She's playing catch up. Maybe she could be a better fighter with the 3 minute rounds. You know what I'm saying? And I think that would have benefited her. She didn't want that because the WBC did not want to sanction that, and she didn't want to let go of her belt. But I believe that a 3 minute round would actually fit more um, Michaela Mayer. You know, give me a second, y'all. You know, so I think I just think that um I think that she's good with look. I think that Chantel Cameron is good with slick fighters, fast fighters, and fighters that you know is constant pressure. When she beat Jessica McCaskill, right? When she beat Jessica McCaskill, she's a pressure fighter. You know what I'm saying? She's like the Sean Porter of women boxing at the time, right? Pressure. Try to get on the inside, and she beat that in a unanimous decision. Katie Taylor is probably the best technical woman boxer ever. Katie Taylor is the most technical, the best technical woman fighter ever, in my opinion. Technical, like everything, like combination punches, the jab, the mixing of the punches and stuff like that. I think technically wise, the footwork, you know what I'm saying? Now her defense over the years has been lacking, right? But also, Katie Taylor has the best resume, though. You know what I'm saying? Katie Taylor has the best resume out of all of them. You feel me? And that's why she's always gonna be on people's pound for pound. And she beat similar you know girls like a Chantel Cameron. She did beat Jessica McCaskill. You know what I'm saying? That Pursoon fight that a lot of people that needed a rematch. Because the first one there was people that thought that Katie Taylor lost to Pursoon. Right, but they had the rematch, and she beat the rematch. She beat Natasha Jonas. She beat Jennifer Hahn. She beat, of course, my girl that I think that she is the greatest of all time, and she beat Chantel Cameron as well. And she did beat Amanda Serrano. But let's not forget that Amanda Serrano was the one that was moving 2 to 3 division up. You know what I'm saying? And she was the one that was getting hurt. So um I think that I just think that Chantel Cameron is just going to prevail in this fight. You know what I'm saying? I think she's going to prevail in this fight. I think that she's been the one to beat stylistically different type of styles at the highest level, in the elite level, and I just feel like she's gonna do it. Um, Now, and we're going to be talking more about these fights, and Caroline Dubois also going to be fighting more. Of course, a potential fight with Caroline Dubois. It is a fight that's probably one of the best fights that you can make in women boxing. Top three is maybe top two. Maybe it'll be. This is the biggest fight, to be honest. You know what I'm saying? Now I don't know too much of the marquee and how lucrative it could be. But and of course, and they got enough time to marinate this fight for a 2027 summer or spring showdown. Caroline Dubois versus Alicia Baumgartner. I think they both have dynamic styles. They both athletic. They both could talk the talk and walk the walk. They're already linked up together. They're already linked up, and it's already been marinated. I think this is, if Alicia Baumgartner can lock in a deal to fight an Amanda Serrano, you know what I'm saying? I don't, then of course you go. I think the biggest fight to make is the Caroline Dubois the Caroline Dubois fight. You know what I'm saying? I think that's the biggest fight. Because put it this way, even if Claressa Shields, who in a recent interview saying that the biggest fight to, and they asked her today in the last two interviews, one with the Ring, the other one with Ricky Smiley, in which we're going to be talking about that interview in a short while. If she fights Michaela Mayer, it's still gonna be Alicia Baumgartner link. So if Claressa Shields fight Michaela Mayer and beat Michaela Mayer, you ain't doing nothing that Alicia Baumgartner did. And this is the reason why I keep on saying that Claressa Shields just doesn't have any opponent. It's nothing to enhance her legacy. And she said that she's not gonna come down lower than than 160. She's not trying to come down lower than 60. And I'm not even gonna, she's a big girl. I'm not even gonna ask Claressa Shields go down to 154, 147. I mean, it is what it is, she's just a big woman that walks around at really 200 pounds. Like she says, she came down from 198 pounds. And I've been saying that she's a 200 pounder. I remember a lot of some of the Claressa Shields fans and stuff like that. She don't walk around in 200 pounds. You don't walk around. The most that she walk around was 180. Nah. Yes. Dubois versus Baumgartner could be fight of the year candidate. Yes. Yes. That's the expectations of that fight. That's the expectations of that fight. Now, of course, shout out to the two-division lineal champion of the world. Should be recognized as the first two-division undisputed world champion in the full belt era. The takeover is back. The takeover is here. 147-pound division becoming the three-division world champion. And now, this bogus Ring magazine ranking. And this is the thing, I know this is the thing that ticks Teofimo Lopez off. This is the disrespect, the constant political disrespect that Teofimo Lopez gets time after time after time. Let me say it like this, ladies and gentlemen. When Vasily Lomachenko, put it this way, folks. When Vasily Lomachenko lost to Salido, let's not forget he lost to Salido, and he picked up some wins after become a multiple division champion. He's been in the pound for pound list. He lost to Teofimo Lopez. He was still on the pound for pound list. When he lost to Teofimo Lopez, he was still on the pound for pound list. Let's not forget that Teofimo Lopez lost to Shakur Stevenson. That was on the pound for pound list, right? They didn't credit Teofimo Lopez heavily when he beat Josh Taylor. So what is this beef that these writers have with Teofimo Lopez? So he beats Rolly, that arguably, it aged well because he beat Rolly, and it aged well because Rolly beat Ryan, and Ryan beat Mario Barrios, right? Ryan beat Mario Barrios. Devin beat Brian Oman Jr. And arguably, who had the best win? Was it Devin versus Brian Oman Jr., Rolly versus Ryan, or Ryan versus Mario Barrios? Who had the better win? And then here comes Teofimo Lopez moving up. You see when Teofimo Lopez moves up, he don't get credit. Shakur Stevenson just moved up to the 140-pound division, beat Teofimo Lopez. He gets masterful credit. The type of credit that they put him number 3 in the pound for pound list. Number 3 in the pound for pound list. He beat Teo. At the time, Teo was not in their pound for pound list, but they put Shakur Stevenson number 3 in the pound for pound list. They credit that he moved up. They always credit fighters when they move up and win a title. They credit Bud Crawford. They credit Shakur Stevenson. They have credit Devin Haney or moving up to the 147-pound division and being Brian Oman Jr., even though that Brian Oman Jr., if you look at his resume, is highly manufactured, one of the most manufactured resumes that you could see in all resumes. Teofimo Lopez moves up, fighting a guy that had one of the best wins in Ryan Garcia, and they won't even put him over a Stanionis and a Jack Catterall and a Brian Oman Jr. on the rings welterweight rankings. Devin moves up, they put him right away number one. It's not like Devin Haney. And shout out to Devin Haney. It's not like Devin Haney beat Boots. Devin Haney didn't beat Virgil. Devin Haney didn't beat Bud. Devin Haney didn't beat Thurman. Devin Haney didn't beat Porter. Devin Haney didn't even beat Danny Swift Garcia. As a matter of fact, the best win before that was Mario Barrios beating Ugas when Ugas even beat Manny Pacquiao. So why does Devin jump all the way number one? Like, okay, all right, put it number one, but okay, Teofimo Lopez number two at least. This is the thing that ticks Teo off. You know what I'm saying? It's like it don't matter what he does, he just never gets the ultimate respect. He doesn't get the ultimate respect. And I've been talking about this since day one. You know what I'm saying? When it comes to Teofimo Lopez, he never got in the beginning his payday. All these guys was getting paid more than him while he was doing all the work. He never gets the respect that he deserves in the rankings, pound for pound rankings, and look at these division rankings. It's weird. Everybody gets credit. Most of the people get credit. What has Stanionis done? Who has Stanionis beat? Do you know that Stanionis' best winner was probably Luis Colazo? Weird, weird. And a champion at that. Or they're still harping on, okay, Jack Catterall, did he beat who he beat? He beat Josh Saylor. But before but after Tio beat Josh Saylor, did who won? Arnold Barbosa? Tell me. Yes. Like because Catterall is more of a 140 pounder, right? He's more of a 140 pounder. So I don't know how they do this ranking system. I'm not really sure how they come up with it. You know what I'm saying? Teofimo Lopez beat Arnold Barbosa in a masterclass performance. Jack Catterall lost to Arnold Barbosa. Why is he in front of Teofimo Lopez, ladies and gentlemen? Hmm? Why he's in front of Teofimo Lopez? And this is the new ranking. So put it this way, ladies and gentlemen, put it this way. Because the only way that you could get the Ring Magazine title, look at this, folks. Look at this, folks. The only way you could get the Ring Magazine belt is that number one fights the number two and wins. So you're telling me that with if Devin Haney has a rematch with Brian Oman Jr., then he gets the ring belt? Because that's how you get the ring belt, folks. But Devin Haney already beat Brian Oman Jr. So why don't they just give Devin Haney the ring belt right now? In order for Devin Haney to get the ring belt, ladies and gentlemen, he will have to be Brian Oman Jr. again. Make that make sense. That's the rules of the Ring Magazine. The only way you get the Ring Magazine if the number one fights the number two and wins. If Tio fights Catterall and beats him, ronco los 5 pesos de Super Chari Chari Pay a comprar pizza con Tropical Fantasy 50 Cent Juicy. Si todavía lo vende. Good looking now. Appreciate you, man. It's the inconsistency. And this is why I would tell fighters, man. I look, hey, I'm a pop my own collar. My pound for pound list for me is worth more than these rings and these whatever pound for pound list. I hate when I put a pound for pound list and people be like, man, but I ain't the ring though. Okay, what do you like? I'm not gonna, folks. I am not gonna put myself in the back burner with a Dan Raphael, with a Mike Coppinger. Mike Coppinger doesn't know more boxing than me. I don't give a fuck what y'all say. If you if you meet these people that are in control and the panelists of the pound for pound, they're just like you and I. They're just regular average Joes and writers and journalists and stuff like that. That never been in the ring, never stood up. That never, you look at these people and they probably never worked out in their life. They never got punched. They never punched themselves. They probably never punched a heavy bag. You would be like, what? Why do I have to follow your pound for pound list? You don't know more boxing than me. You're not in the day in and day out talking boxing and studying and all that. That's why these pound for pound lists be looking crappy. And they already know that the belt federation ranking system is all rigged. That's why I said a long time ago. If you're familiar with the channel, I said, "Yo, I recognize I recognize my pound for pound. I don't really recognize it, but I'm just putting this thing out there so y'all can see the garbage rankings because it doesn't make sense." Tio versus Ryan goes the same way as Rolly versus Tio. You know what it is also, and I said this to my thong in the building, demon. You know what I said before, and I said leading up to the Rolly Romero fight, and I believe that everybody feels because that's been one of the most criticism or constructive criticism of Teofimo Lopez or narrative, whatever y'all want to call it, is that people don't know which Teofimo Lopez is going to be showing up, and I think that's going that tag is going to be on him for the rest of his career until he retires, which is also one of the best selling pitch of Teofimo Lopez. It's a selling pitch that we don't know which Teofimo Lopez is going to be showing up. If he fights Ryan Garcia, hey, if he did, if people are saying, man, if Rolly Romero can land the left hook, then Ryan Garcia can land the left hook. Yet the difference between that is that Ryan and Tio doesn't take the left hook the same way. Teofimo Lopez got a chin. Teofimo Lopez got determination. Teofimo Lopez not gonna lay down for nobody. Teofimo Lopez, when he gets hit with a good shot, you notice when Teofimo Lopez get hit and gets cut, and we're gonna be talking about what Teofimo Lopez, what I would like Teofimo Lopez to do next, ASAP immediately, is to get scar tissue surgery, pugilistic surgery. He really need. He's gonna get. He's been getting cut. Remember since Lomachenko cut him. You remember? And that's what I was watching the interview today. And who said that? I think it was who said it today. He said, I forgot who said it, and I heard somebody say, "Oh, I think it was Eric Kelly." Eric Kelly. Shout out to Eric Kelly. He said today. I seen him in IG. He said that it was Shakur Stevenson after the Shakur Stevenson fight is the reason that Tio is always going to be opening up. It wasn't no Shakur. The first time it was Loma. The heck, but when Loma opened up Tio. And Tio been getting opened up in almost every fight. Then after Loma, it was Camboso. And as a Camboso, he even got cut, he even got cut a little bit in the Josh Taylor fight. He's been getting cut in almost all the fight after um um I think he didn't get cut versus Sando Martin. He didn't get cut versus the Pedro Compa. He didn't get cut with Jermaine Ortiz, but the big fights, he's gotten cut. He's gotten cut enough, put it that way. So now he's cut at every fight. I'm over exaggerating, but he's getting cut enough. And I think that if he's going to go into a potential fight with a Ryan Garcia, of course he's going to target with the left hook. He's going to target that right eye, right? And if he's gonna fight right away, he's gonna open up. I think that's the reason why Jack Catterall want to fight Teofimo Lopez right away, is because it's not giving Teofimo Lopez not even enough time to heal that cut. Because at the end of the day, he's still gonna have to go to training camp. He's gonna have to spar. It's not gonna give him enough time to heal that cut. He said Ryan whoops Tio. I don't know about that. I think when Teofimo Lopez physical ability and intellect is coexisting at the highest level, I don't see nobody being Teofimo Lopez. When Teofimo Lopez is in a happy place, and what I told y'all leading up to the fight, I said if Rolly Romero doesn't tap into what people feel, quote unquote, is the weakness of Teo, and they say that his mental is weak, and if Rolly's not gonna tap into the weakness, is not gonna pinch his nerve, is not gonna try to rattle him up. I'm not saying he will rattle him up, but he didn't even try to play mind games. He didn't try to trash talk. He didn't try to, say something that a lot of people don't know because they're best friends. And maybe Rolly Romero didn't want to say nothing about Tio because Tio also knows things about him that probably nobody knows. So you keep it safe with me. I keep it safe with you. You don't say what's in you don't say what's in my closet. I don't say what's in your closet. I don't say the skeletons in your closet. You don't say my skeletons in your closet. And maybe that's why they was most for the most part very very PG. But for a guy that talks trash, I mean, there was a point, there was a time where people you would have rate who's the top five, top three trash talkers in the sport of boxing. There was a time when Rolly Romero used to be top, and it seems like leading up to these fights with Ryan, very very quiet. Tio wasn't really a vintage Rolly Romero trash talk. What is about Tio? They going. What is it about Tio's power? They got dudes that used to run. That's you. I mean, what is Teofimo Lopez power? They got these guys that are not used to running that make them run. And I've been saying this for a while. Sando Martin didn't run versus Mikey Garcia and Puello. Sando Martin never ran. Jermaine Ortiz didn't run from Hearing and Lomachenko. Lomachenko, when did Lomachenko like because I wanted people wanted to start a narrative and they don't want to give Teofimo Lopez the ultimate respect for handcuffing Lomachenko for the first half of the fight. Oh no, it was Lomachenko collecting data. It wasn't Tio. You're right. Well, Rolly was collecting data too. The thing about Teofimo Lopez's power is that he makes his opponent fight uncharacteristic. He doesn't need to knock you out. He gets your attention. He gets your attention. He got enough power, enough sting on his punches that's gonna make you look twice. As a matter of fact, Teofimo Lopez got the type of power that right away when he hits you with a solo punch, he hits you with a body shot because that's the way that he starts his attack. Your game plan goes away, and that's what we've seen. People are fighting Tio in survival mode. Outside of Shakur, which I was even surprised, and I think a lot of people were surprised by the approach of Teofimo Lopez. In which I will say I know people don't want to be that's an excuse, and I look all credit to Shakur Stevenson. I just feel his mental, he was not 100% mentally to go inside that fight. There was something about there's one thing that we know about Tio. Tio never really wanted to fight Shakur. And he said it in a bunch of interviews, even if y'all remember that Cam, the Cameron and Mace, he never wanted to fight Shakur. But I think that after him fighting for the money with the Saudis and Turkey on Sheikh and things of that nature, which um he felt they didn't keep their word. When he signed before he signed with Arnold Barbosa, and then the second fight he was supposed to get Boots and he was supposed to get this type of money, and then they came back when Boots didn't want to sign a fight Teofimo Lopez, and then they tried to get the Devin Haney fight, but they tried to lowball that offer. I know for the people out there that wasn't a lowball because the numbers that you heard was $8 million, but the number that he signed for was $11 million, and he stood 10 toes down to what they arranged, and that's why he pulled out of the Devin Haney fight. And I know um, in the how you say it in their social media, I know there's a lot of fans that like to pocket watch but then likes to say, "Oh, you gotta get this money. Oh, you gotta," and I want to talk about that as well. I want to talk about that as well because there's been people I've been reading the chats, I've been reading the comments, and it's not a lot, but it's a few. I've seen the indirect shots that boxing content creators in this community have thrown. They don't even want to say my name, but it's okay because I understand why they don't want to say Punch Drunk. It's because they know if they say Punch Drunk, those that want to throw some shots at me, it's because they feel like if they come to my channel, I mean, they feel that their subscribers and followers are going to come to my channel after they speak my name, and then they're scared that my delivery, my consistency, my knowledge, that they will switch up. That's why they don't want to say my name, folks. That's what they don't want to say. Punch Drunk, aka Mr. Moonshine himself. Because they scared their followers and subscribers gonna be like, what? Why you talking about Punch? All right, let me see if I'm gonna go to Punch to see if he's gonna be let me see if he's gonna talk back, hit back, reply. People were saying, "Oh, Punch, stop talking about Clarissa and Papusi, the gigolo from upstairs. Punch, keep it boxing." I said, "That is boxing. She's a boxer, right? He's in boxing. Stop with the gossip. Stop. You're a man. That's girls' business. That's gossip. Keep it. Keep boxing. Talk technique. Talk what's in the ring." And then you know what I see now? Almost all the channels, basically all the channels in the YTBC. And I'm not saying that all of them were saying that, but those that were saying gossip, we don't gossip. So what is this Javante Tan Davis versus Javante Tan Davis and Devin Haney business? That's gossip. That has nothing to do with in the ring. Even if you say, ladies and gentlemen, even if you say, rest in peace, Devin Haney's mom, you still gossiping. It has nothing to do with boxing. No. Keep it boxing. Don't gossip. Don't talk about Tank Davis. Don't talk about Devin Haney's brother. Don't talk about, oh, he talk about his mommy. He talk about his mommy. His mama jokes. His crackhead jokes. No. It's funny. I was just smiling throughout the day looking at YouTube and looking and just running, looking at the thumbnails. I didn't even need to catch the videos, but looking at the thumbnails and looking at how people are tweeting. And I'm saying in my mind, but look at this person, look at this person. This person talks about that they should not be gossiping. But all these motherfuckers in the sport of boxing was talking about a Tank and a Devin Haney and the mama stuff, and he talked about his mama. He started first. He started first. No, Tank started first. No, Bill started first. No, Devin started first. No, he said about his mama. No, he said about his mama. No, but y'all motherfuckers want me to stop talking about Claressa Shields. Oh, so y'all could gossip, but I can't. And what I said, if y'all follow me on Twitter, man, in boxing, everything is a gossip. 80% of content is gossip. Do you want to know why? I know some of y'all don't want to admit it. I know some of y'all boxing content creators probably listening on right now don't want to admit it. Boxers don't fight every day. Boxers, the high profile boxers, the high invested, high profile boxers that's supposed to be carrying the sport do not fight enough. They're not really in the sport. We in the sport of boxing. The boxing content creators, the independent media, the pundits, we are in boxing. We are boxing. We keep boxing alive in conversation. We're keeping this. I mean, boxing is hanging on a thread. Has Virgil fought this year? Uh-uh. Has Canelo fought this year? Uh-uh. Bud retired. Has Tank fought this year? Uh-uh. How many times Inoue fought? Shout out to Inoue. I know he's one of the active fighters, but this year he only fought one time. What about Ryan? One time. I'm gonna be fighting two, but as of now, how many times Tyson Fury fought? How many times AJ fought? How many times Usyk fought? So all the high-profile names, they're only fighting one time. So guess what we do all day? Guess what we do? We come up with content because that's the definition of content creation. And we need to feed the people that's been supporting us. with content to keep them engaged, to keep the channel going. Have you ever put it this way? This is what boxing content creation is for the most part. For those that are not as creative, I'm not saying that people are not creative, but are not as creative like your boy Punch Drunk and others, right? That's like if you cleaned your house, right? What's good? That's like if you clean your house, right? And tomorrow, I mean, there was no kids. You clean the house. Y'all go on. Y'all leave the house. Y'all go on to your grandma, mama house, or y'all spend Thanksgiving or whatever in somebody else's house. Y'all come back and then you say, "I gotta clean the house," but it's already clean. And y'all don't. The next day, y'all not in the house, and you're gonna come right back. You gotta still clean. Are you gonna keep on mopping the floor and vacuuming the floor when there was nothing there? Are you gonna keep on disinfecting the walls? That's boxing content creator because there's not a fight every time. Look, when is Claressa Shields gonna fight again? When is Amanda Serrano gonna fight again? When is Teo gonna fight in the end of the year? Probably not because of the cut. Is David Benavidez gonna secure the fight? You understand what I'm saying? You can talk about whatever you want. People are hypocritical of everything these days. Facts. They get mad. They get angry. They not mad at Punch. They not, hey yo, they not mad at me. They not mad at the content. You know what they mad at? They mad at y'all. They not mad at me. They could think that they're mad at me. They could actually throw some indirect shots or direct shots. They're not mad at me. They're mad at the support. They're mad at the numbers. They're mad at the traffic. They're mad at the engagement. They're mad at y'all supporting me and supporting the channel. That finds me knowledgeable, finds me comedic or entertaining. That's what they're mad. I've said this. How many times have I said this for the people that follow the channel? And for those who knows this community, the YTBC, the YouTube boxing community. So when you hear the YTBC, that's the YouTube boxing community. A lot of people don't give a damn about women boxing. They don't talk about women boxing. They ain't give a damn about no Claressa Shields. They didn't give a damn about Amanda Serrano. They didn't give a damn about Katie Taylor Shanta. They didn't even give a damn about the MVP card. They didn't give a damn when Lou DiBella was helping women box. They didn't give a damn about the Heather Hardys of the world. They didn't give a damn about Matchroom Boxing and Eddie Hearn when he was signing all these women. They didn't give a damn. They didn't give a damn about when Punch Drunk Boxing said that the fighter of the year is Jessica McCaskill and Canelo Alvarez. They didn't give a damn. They didn't give a damn to prompt up the longest reigning undisputed champion, Cecilia Breakers. They didn't give a damn. But because now there's some traffic and now there's people, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to the new people, the new fans of boxing, especially in women's boxing. And I'm grateful. I'm so happy to see a lot of new fans, and especially women, because women boxing, the ladies was doing their thing in the ring, but the ladies wasn't getting support from women. And now there's women fans, ladies fans, and I'm happy about that. And now there's other channels that be like, why people talking about Claressa? Shut the f up. You don't give a damn about why people talking about Claressa. You just looking at numbers. Just like in boxing, they like pocket watching. They like to pocket watch Ryan. They like to pocket watch Devin. They like to pocket watch Tank. They like to pocket watch Canelo. There's boxing fans don't even want Canelo Alvarez to fight certain people because they don't want his opponent to get a payday. Just like they be watching fighters' pockets, they watch boxing content creators' pockets and viewership and followers and the engagement. Why those people are supporting Punch and not me? That's what they're mad at. People crying. Oh, it was my, I was the first to report it. It was me. It was it, it was I was the first one to report it. I was the first. Oh my goodness. Uh it was me. I'm the first to report the Claressa Shields. Shut up. Boxing on life support. Yeah, boxing is on life support. Yeah, I'm gonna tell you one of the worst things that not one of the worst things, but I'm gonna tell you like this: the worst fight that made boxing, especially right now, like really f up the momentum. And I said this before, just like mega fights are important, tune-up fights are important for particular fighters that's coming from injury or layoffs, great fighters that's coming from injury and layoff and a tune up. And people lost the definition of what a tune up is. A tune up is a fight that you fight to and get an opponent that mimics the elite fighter that you're going to fight next. That was boxing. The tune up fight, there's stay busy fights. And then there's tune-up fights. The tune-up fights is the fight that you get an opponent that mimic the elite fighter that you're about to fight next. That's important. The stay busy fight, the tune-up fight, the mega fight, the great mandatory fights, right? Those are important in the sport of boxing. But it seems like these fighters don't fight enough, so every fight is a damn knocking off the rust fight. Knocking off the rust. Everybody's knocking off the rust. That's why a lot of these fighters ain't even looking at their best self. They don't fight enough. Every fight is knocking off the rust. As a matter of fact, in the sport of boxing, every fight is a comeback fight. Nicholas said, yo, Punch, did Rap Star stop doing live due to not receiving donations? Nah, 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 nah. Rap Star never cared about donations, really. He never really was monetized. But, you know what I'm saying? When you do this for such a long time and, you know, you got to understand the sacrifices that boxing content creators did. Shout out to Rapstar. Rapstar was going live for 5 hours, 4 hours, 6 hours, all throughout the night, and motherfuckers really never was supporting. Like, like it's not. This is for folks. It is like a job. It is a job just to create content and create a thumbnail and going out there and you know what I'm saying. Like it is sometimes it is like a job. I mean, the least people could do is engage, share the lives or the become a member. If there's a member, you know what I'm saying? Like what is like a $5 nowadays? Like, you know what I'm saying? Why send a $2 super chat at least, you know what I'm saying? Like put some value in that person that if he's day in and day out working and providing some content and providing entertainment, why not? We're not Netflix, we're not ESPN. We're not these guys like Mike Compinger that gets paid a a six-figure payday. We're not showbiz that got a popping channel, but also could collaborate with the zone, and now he could go live on the zone while the whole world is watching, and he does live on his channel, and he don't have to have a job. You know what I'm saying? Not everybody is showbiz, so I think the least people could do, you know what I'm saying, is show support. I mean, that's how most content creators, they keep going. It's like, oh shit, you know what I'm saying? It's like having maybe a part-time job or having, pay a car note out of it or something, you know? I'm grateful for the support that I get. I'm grateful for everybody that tunes in and send a donation and super thanks and cash app or whatever. You know what I'm saying? I'm very thankful. Like I'm very grateful for that. That shit, like that's almost like, yo, my shit is, whatever I'm saying or whatever I'm creating is worth it. Makes you want to do more, makes you want to, like, yo, I want to create the next content. What's the next story? I want to, what I'm saying, and then engage. You find new friends through these things, through these, it's like a family, it's a community. So yeah, support your favorite content creator, man. Especially when you know especially when you know they're doing their due diligence, they're doing their job. You know what I'm saying? Like there was times that especially before, like when I used to travel a lot, yo, I remember I drove to Texas, and I'm like, yo, I'm gonna create content. It's gonna be Charlo versus Brian Castano. Got media credentials and stuff like that. And I think one of my biggest I think the number I think I made. I mean, I think the most viewed I got was like 1K. But guess how much I spent? I spent on the hotel, I spent on the gas, I spent on this, you know what I'm saying? So boxing content creators, they spend more like this is the beauty about the boxing, some of the boxing content creators that work on the field. And what I mean about the field is going to these fights, getting media credentials and stuff like that, seeking, going and get the exclusives, right? We spend more than actually what we get. Like it's like it becomes a hobby. It's a hobby, you know. Like boxing don't have the mass media anymore like that. It's us. We're breaking the story. The YouTubers, the independent media. We are what's helping boxing right now. You know. So shout out to those that do support, send the donations and cash apps and super chats and super thanks for real. Cause that's truly what keeps you know these content creators, because there's sacrifices in this. I used to do lives like around fucking 7:30. You know how many years I didn't put my kids to sleep? There used to be lives when I cut the live off, and I'm like, damn, man, shit, damn, my son fell asleep. Damn, you try to wake them up, they don't want to wake up, and I said, man, I cut the live, man. Damn, there's only 30 people looking on, man. All this for damn, things like that. It's a sacrifice. But anyway, um, I want to see the winner of Ryan versus Conor Ben fight Tia. That's what I want to see. I want to see that. But also, going away from and speaking about content creation, right? You gotta also watch the hustle. You know what I'm saying? Gotta watch the hustle as well. Like I see certain people talk about, even when they talking about Claressa Shields, I see that they not genuine talking about whatever particular subject. They see that other people get in some certain traffic and certain looks, and they think they want to get into the conversation. But you're not doing it for the sport of boxing. The reason my ultimate criticism of Claressa Shield, the reason for that is because I'm an advocate of women's boxing. I've been talking about women's boxing. So when look at where women boxing is at right now. When I feel like Claressa Shields is trying to devalue, discredit, and diss her contemporaries, and devalue the contemporaries' greatness, and lie about certain things, and go after those that paved the way for her, the pioneers. I'm like, yo, this girl is not really about uplifting women boxing. She's not on the same page like every other woman out there. He said content creators created this mess. In terms of what, Mr. Goodfella? What type of content creator are you listening to, though? Good evening. Good evening, Queen. You know what I'm saying? What type of boxing content creators you listening to or entertained by? That's the question. It's like, look at the title right now. Claressa Shields wake up call. Drop the dead weight. You know what I think his dead weight right now for Claressa Shields? And why do I feel like drop the dead weight? Drop that dude just like Remy Ma dropped him. And look how Remy Ma is glowing in her career. I believe that the gigolo from upstairs is holding her back. Just like we feel that damn the situation with Tank and his baby mamas holding back. Just like how we felt that, oh, remember when Teofimo Lopez was going to George Cambosa and Tio, you know what I'm saying, and he was having a breakup and having a divorce at the time, and I'm happy that he has reconciled with his wife. They're gonna have a baby, they're a beautiful family. Shout out to Teofimo Lopez and Mrs. Lopez, right? But it was detrimental to Tio, it was detrimental to Ryan Garcia, which he had to pull away from the fight when he was getting a divorce from his wife. And we was like, yo, Devin Haney, why you with that chick from Taz Angel, man? She's gonna mess you up. And then look what she tried to do. She tried to lie on him. So we say the same thing for the guys. I'm saying the same thing for Claressa Shields. I don't think that the gigolo from upstairs, Remy Ma's husband, has helped the brand of Claressa Shields whatsoever. She's become the clown of boxing because of her delusions of claiming a married man, right? So some people are gonna be like, "Oh, stop talking about that." Well, we talk about everybody else's shit. Why we can't talk about Claressa Shields? It's because it's a little bit odd because she's a woman, and we're talking about the guy that's not good for her brand. Just like we didn't think that the other girls that is damaging the fighters that we like. What damaged Mike Tyson, ladies and gentlemen? Tell me, folks. Mike Tyson was my favorite fighter. Still to this day, I love Mike Tyson. What was his downfall? Desiree Washington. What was his downfall? Desiree Washington. When did people really start to saying, "Oh, look at Devin Haney with the Taz Angel girl when she was on visiting Young Thug"? Everybody was laughing, right? Wasn't everybody was laughing the rest of 2024 leading up to 2025? Jose Ramirez fight. What was the joke? Ladies and gentlemen, let's be real, let's be honest. Before Clarissa, Devin Haney was the one that was getting flamed. Devin Haney was the one that was getting joked because of the girl that he's dealing with. And we, as the boxing community, was like, yo, man, leave that chick. She just wants you for the money. She just want to trap you. And she did. Didn't she? Didn't she, folks? Let's be real, let's be honest. Didn't she? Didn't she trap? She was a escort in Miami for 15 years, Taz Angel. And when she got with when she got with Devin, what we were saying, come on, Devin, out of all the girls you picking her, she probably sucked half of the dicks in Miami. Right? Nobody was coming to my channel saying, "Oh, yo, Punch, stop gossiping." No, because everybody was on that type of content. Even TMZ was talking about when Devin Haney's baby mama and Young Thug jail call when she visit him. And then you see the back and forth of Young Thug and Bill Haney and them. Let's not act like this is different. People just don't like that they don't have the content and they can't drive and deliver the content of what's going on with Carissa and Papoose and stuff like that. They just hate the numbers and the support and the engagement that certain channels like me and others like Two Tones and stuff get from talking about this subject. But you know what? Because we're genuine. The people that supporting that content, they know that we're delivering the content, creating the content, but we're genuine about our content. And that's why other boxing content creators are saying, stop talking, stop gossiping, shut the F up. Y'all was gossiping about Tank when Tank was dragging that chick in the strip club. We was talking about Tank when years ago he manhandled his baby mom. We was talking about Tank about the hit and run. Stop it. We always talk about relationships in the sport of boxing. We always talk about relationships in the sport of boxing. How did Floyd Mayweather get locked up? The late Josie Harris, his baby mom. I'm sorry, the mother of his children that passed away. Huh? That was a story? Was that gossiping? No. Or yes. But people act like this is new. They just mad that you guys are supporting me. And then there's going to be channels out there that see some traffic. And then there's going to be some channels out there that want to hustle followers and subscribers. Meaning is they're going to come with fake, or not fake, or gaslighting situations like Claressa Shields suspended because now they know that there's casuals, right? Did y'all see me do a video of Claressa Shields suspended? No, because Claressa, everybody almost get a suspension in boxing. That's regular in the sport of boxing. That's precaution in the sport of boxing. She got a suspension. Did you see her interview? She got a messed up finger. Hey, Scott got KO. Almost everybody in that card in Atlanta had a suspension. Did I say during the live? I said, "Oh man, that looked like it was rigged." I mean, rigged question mark about her keeping the gloves. Very odd. But what do I do? I checked out. I went to the rules of the Georgia Athletic Entertainment Commission, and it didn't have any rule that said that you need to take the gloves right away. The Georgia Commission is not like every commission. Every commission is different. So what I do my due diligence. I read the rules, and I'm not gonna come back and do a video to gaslight subscribers and followers because they're interested in about particular subject because people know that they want to hear that she's suspended. But I'm not gonna do a content to lie to y'all. So folks, look out for those as well. Look out for those. Like, of course, look, it's just like newspaper. You want to create that type of headline to, of course, bring in the. Of course, you want people to click on your videos. You want people to view your video and your and your content and what you're going to be talking about. But I also see that people are not genuine and wants to hustle other people. I'm not in that type. I'm not that type of person. That's why I didn't do no video of Claressa Shields is suspended. Claressa Shields because of her gloves. No, 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 no. Once I check the rule, that's it. It is what it is. You know what I'm saying? Is it odd? Yes. Is it against the rules? No. These boxers want to be like rappers so bad. Gotta stop talking these shreds. I seen that a mile away, and she got pregnant. Yep, Denise. Yep. You know, one thing I could say is that I know if I talk about certain things like like contracts, I just don't talk about it. I show. I show sections of contracts so people can understand the things that I'm talking about. Can I show you a whole contract? I did a video. It's on my members that I showed the promotional manager contracts, how fighters need to look out for they won't get robbed and things of that nature. I told y'all before, hey, the good thing about this fight versus Claressa Shields and K Scott is that is in Georgia. And Georgia, you could get public records. We gotta do call or email them, and they'll give it to you. And there's people out there like, oh my God, he was the first. He was the first. I was the first. Shut the f up. First in what? Shout out to Jedi Goodman for getting it first, and he's not even on YouTube. This ain't my information. Put it this way. Give me a sec. Give me a second. Let me see. Oh, I erased it because I needed to add other things in it. But it's like when I boom, when I got this information. I got this information. This was in Detroit. This is the licensing fee. Like I show y'all. I don't need to say a lie or number. If I say, yo, the licensing fee was $1.6 million. Yeah, I got this from Michigan State Athletic Commission. Just in case, if I'm gonna call somebody a liar or whatever, you know what I'm saying? Like a Shanae Shields saying that she sold this or whatever. I got paid this, and what I told you that she doesn't get paid more than $1 million. The most that I think that she could get paid is 1.2 million dollars. And look what happened. 500K. Was it a lie? And she said that we're lying. No, we're not lying, huh? Facts are facts. This is what I mean. Hold on. This is what on the title. This is what I mean about dead weight. I think that Shanae Shields should do what Remy Ma did. Yeah, I said it. We've been talking about so much about how clownish she looked, but let me tell you like this: you know who looked like more of a clown? In the last couple of in the last couple of I'm gonna say last couple of weeks, you know who looked like the biggest clown? The dude, the gigolo from upstairs. He looked like the biggest clown with the little tattoo he did, and also this performance.
I got New York City in the palm of my hand.
Look at it. Nobody jumping, nobody doing nothing. Hey, yo, DJ, cut his mic off. Cut his mic off. Cut his mic off. Cut his mic off. Nobody was paying attention to that man. My brother, man, that's an old ass song already, my brother. That's not even your song. That's a Busta Rhymes song. What is your song? What is your song? Hi, everyone. High Punch. What's good? What's good? He looked ridiculous. Boy, you're fishing ridiculous. No, you looking ridiculous, my brother. Nobody was clapping. Everybody was looking, hey, yo, let me say it like this, ladies and gentlemen. People didn't even have the energy to even boo the man. And just watching how he's been moving, he's the dead weight. Have we watched Claressa Shields upstairs in his house? Or do we watch him upstairs in her house? How many times we see him or her in his car compared to her car? This is probably the first time we've seen her in his event. Did you see the live? I know y'all saw the live. I forgot to download the live, right? Where she was trying to give him food. And he's like, I don't want to talk live. You can see the tone. You can see the tone. You can see he's kind of like disgusted. You know why I think that he was disgusted? I think this is what he was disgusted. He was disgusted because he's not who he think he is anymore. He's not getting supported doing his music anymore. Nobody knows his music. His performance is trash. People are not engaging with his performance. And he is like, damn, my identity is me being Remy Ma's husband. And then what I told y'all folks, the reason why that divorce has not been finalized is because that's the only relevancy. If he finalized that divorce, that's it. There's nothing to talk about. As a matter of fact, there's no more drama. There's not even nothing to laugh about. And laughing is part of the drama. Shanae Shields and the gigolo from upstairs to stay relevant outside of the ring needs needs Remy Ma. Because every time you see her on stage, it's like, oh, she's this and who. But if they finalize that divorce, then we're just gonna be talking about the relationship with Papoose and Shanae Shields. And guess what? Nobody really cares. So this is why the title is Claressa Shields' wake up call. Drop that dead weight. I think at this point, like, of course, people been trying to say, oh, he's taking advantage of her. He's taking advantage of her. What does she gain now by being with the gigolo from upstairs? Win Records is not him. He's not the CEO. See, if I was him, and she keeps on saying that he's not the manager. She keeps on saying he's not the manager. And to be honest, he could be he could be doing manager duties, but he's not the licensed manager, right? But if I was him, before, if you knew that you could sign her, if you knew that you could sign her to win, why you didn't sign her? Why you truly should have signed? You're the one that truly should have gotten to sign, gotten to be the manager and let her sign, let you sign her, and you're the manager, and you get your 15 and 20%. You just facilitated her, just like he said, I facilitated the deal. You could have looked better. You just a worker now. But that could have been your fighter. You could actually should have been, this is my fighter. So why does she need him? And you know what I noticed? I'm gonna be honest with y'all, folks. I actually liked it. Her last interview, not the one in Ring, but the one with what's his name, Smiley. If you look at that interview, let me see if I got the picture. I don't got the whole interview and stuff like that. If y'all get the chance, and if y'all interested, with Ricky Smiley, check out this interview. Let me say it like this, without mentioning Pap, because they want to mention Pap. She really didn't mention Remy Ma's husband like this in this interview. They was trying to get something out of her, and I like the way that when they first asked her the question about, tell me about the relationship with Papoose. And if you listen to that interview, she didn't answer that question. Then they asked her a follow-up question to mention Papoose because you know how it is. They want to get something out of it because lately everybody else is getting something out of it in her interviews when it comes to Pat. And I was saying, damn, I'm gonna be honest, folks. In the beginning of this interview, I said, that's the Claressa Shields that I know. That's the Claressa Shields that I first started to support back in the amateurs in the early years as a pro. The way that she looked, the way that she sounded, her tone, everything. That's the real Claressa Shields that I've supported. You take if you look at the if you listen to that interview, take out them her answering the Papoose questions later on in that interview, and that was probably the best interview that she's had. That was humble yet confident, mellow tone, and she looked innocent. She looked like herself. It ain't have all these makeup because in the end of the day, nobody cared about you trying to glow up and all this makeup and all this stuff like that. Like this interview felt like the old Claressa Shields. I'll be honest with y'all. And maybe there's people out here that didn't, y'all wasn't following Clarissa Shields back in the days and stuff like that. But if y'all do, I'll be honest. And I was gonna do a whole video about until the end of the like the mid end of the interview where they was trying to like get off, fuck the Papoose situation. And I said, damn, okay, Clarissa Shields is learning from these interviews. She didn't even answer the question. She started talking about her career. So even with the way she answered the when the her movie, what's next? How she lose weight? It was a very mellow tone, very like if you look at that interview, and that's the first time that you know of Clarissa Shields, you would have been like, cool, cool, this girl's all right. This girl's cool. Faith Nova said, even if she tries to clean up her image, it's too late. She burned way too. I understand. I understand. You're right. You're right, Faith. You're right. But but also, I'm gonna say this: if we're gonna be harping on her flaws, and because we could talk about that all day. Let's be real. Let's be honest. We could. Clarissa Shields is gonna say something that is always gonna be some type of content, something to talk about, and that's why I said that I liked this interview a little bit more. It's not that I liked it. I think it was better. It was better than even the last one with Ring. She was a little bit cocky there and stuff like that. But this right here, this interview, I think if y'all watch at least the first 5 minutes, y'all gonna understand what I'm talking about. She said maybe it had to take Pap to disrespect her on live. She sounded like, and look, and we said this before. I think that the dude is taking advantage of her mentally. You know what I'm saying? I think, and I said this, how many times I've been saying this for those that have been following the channel. I said the weakest men when it comes to handling women are those that like to seek vulnerable women. He knows he's vulnerable. She's vulnerable. She may be 31, but very, very young in the mind, especially when it comes to relationship. When she's not fighting back, when she don't have to be so defensive, she's more mellow tone. She can never take a constructive criticism. She can never just take any constructive criticism. You know what I'm saying? It's like she always want to fight back. She always want to say the opposite. She always, if you say yes, she want to say no. If you say no, she want to say yes. She always want to go against the grain. She always feel that she's being attacked or not getting credit. I know. Exactly, Straw. Sure, it's true. When he said, no, you man classy. I said, come on, Ricky, come on. See, and I think that's what it is. Like, stop. You don't give her a tag that we all know. She's probably like saying, I ain't no fucking classy either. I don't even eat classy. I don't talk classy. I don't look classy. Why are you saying I'm classy? Like, this is the problem with certain men also that likes to call every girl queen. No, no, she's not classy, my brother. She's not classy. You're right about that. When I listen to that, it's like, stop, stop. You don't gotta gas her up. She doesn't need to be inflated anymore. I watched the first 5 minutes because I can't do Ricky either. How would you have what y'all felt about it? I can honestly say, folks, that she didn't look like Foofy Foofy. To me, she was in Foofy Foofy for me. Maybe it was the morning. Maybe she didn't have the energy. I don't know. But in the beginning, I'm like, this is the Clarissa Shields of the past. This is the Clarissa Shields that I supported back then. This was the Clarissa. I'm dead serious. I'm not lying to y'all. And I know that there's people like folks. There's gonna be people out there that's not gonna give not even 1 inch of of. There's gonna be people out there, folks, that's not gonna give like not 1 inch of. I'm not gonna say praise, but I understand in this community they want to hear negative, 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 negative. They want to hear bitch, bitchy, 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 ugly, 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 ugly. You know what I'm saying? Want to say all the derogatory, all the negative stuff and stuff like that. I'm gonna be honest. When I seen this interview the first time, I felt like, damn, people wanted to invest in you, and I'm talking about generally invest in you, not invest on you to create a circus like that last event, but invest in you like the first woman card, pay-per-view card that you did versus the care. And I'm not saying that she was likable, highly likable before, but before she was more tolerable. You could tolerate her back then. Because again, I'm one of those boxing fans that I don't mind the trash talk. I'm one of those boxing fans that I do not mind the trash talk, but there are a lot of boxing fans that don't like trash talk, that don't like fighters trash talk, that they find it trashy, they find it unprofessional, they find it bush league, they don't find it, you know what I'm saying, classy, they don't find it gentleman like, lady like. But that's why in the beginning I could have I tolerated her because the trash talk really didn't bother me. Sometimes I like that type of entertainment. Here and there is good to have. I like the little rah rah. I don't want to know that these people that the fight that they the fighter they're gonna fight that they really like each other. I need to see something promoted. Give me a little bit of a Mike Tyson stuff. Give me a little bit of a Charlo and Harrison. I don't like that she goes after girls that she knows that she's not gonna fight. That's what it is. Why I don't that she hates on everything else that is great in women's boxing. She want to poke on other men like I could beat this man. She was doing the same shit leading up to the Teofimo Lopez fight. Like and like all these dudes is like, yo, chill. Like they're not even in that. They don't even say nothing about Claressa Shields. They don't even hate Claressa Shields. It's like she's creating the hate, but then she can't handle the backlash of that. See, at least Floyd Mayweather created a villain, but he didn't. But he liked it. He liked it. Like he got the tough skin. He didn't go back and forth with anybody. And he liked it that. See, but the thing is, she creates a villain, she creates a hate, she creates a chaos, but then she don't like what come back. What look, they asked her a question today. What is your biggest weakness and stuff like that? She said, answering back on social media. She cares about what everybody else is saying, but you also create the narrative and the content and the perception of you. And most of it is negative, but then you hate it. You create the negative shit. See, put it this way. Look at this video. Why is this video so funny? Hold on.
Change, bitches still hate. I'm a wife, baby, I don't need saving. I'm a wife, baby, I don't need saving.
I'm a wife, baby, I don't need saving.
You know what? That's a highlight. If you wasn't dealing with a married man and you wasn't out there always talking about the divorce, he's divorced, and Remy Ma's husband never would have put you in the position to look dumb, then that clip right there that you with Shakur Stevenson's fiance, people just bypass that part. But that's the highlight. And let me say it like this to Shakur Stevenson's fiance. Why would you have a Claressa Shields in your video or your song? You just killed the whole song. Nobody want to listen to that shit. Nobody was gonna support that. You gotta read the room. You gotta look, folks. When you are a business, you gotta protect your brand as well. That wasn't good. When somebody is so negative and you attach yourself to that negative person, it's almost like what they used to say. If let's say a decent girl is around whores, you are who you hang around with, right? It is a saying. So when you're looking at Shakur Stevenson's fiance, right? with Claressa Shields, you're like, oh, she's Team Claressa. Ew, I didn't want to listen to her music. People won't even give you the chance to listen to you, to see your work. People, you already attach yourself from somebody that's very, very toxic. That's it. A guy like myself, I'm like, look at this. I don't listen to this bullshit music. I didn't even listen to the music, and I gotta say it's bullshit. Because who you with, it is what it is. It's contagious. Somebody said earlier that Remy Ma supposed to have been on his show today, but it got taken down. Whose show? Bro, Ricky Smiley's. Them having access is too much and not protecting their brands is mind blowing. Yes, that's what it is. And that's what I'm saying right now that she's carrying dead weight. This is dead weight. The only thing purely embarrassing is her situation with Remy Ma's husband. Let's be real, let's be honest. Of course, her character, she got character flaws, but in the end of the day, she's a boxer, right? And boxer, whether people like it or not, if you're new to the sport, they get a green light to be not not all there. They got a green light. There is a limit. See, they don't. Other athletes don't get the leeway like boxers. Like there's a reason you may be dumb. You get hit in the head for a reason. You get punched in the face for a reason because you was a young teen. That is not a regular occupation. That's why we could tolerate Mike Tyson and tolerate Adrian Broner that's just getting money, just getting drunk. People tolerating Adrian Broner because he could go back and oh my life fighting, 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 fighting. People like Conor McGregor. People like Nate Diaz. They sound punch drunk. People tolerate when Ryan Garcia crashes out or when Teo crashes out. Right now, there's fans. Right now, ladies and gentlemen, there's fans right now that's debating. Debating. It's not even a debate about how Gervonta Tank Davis mocked the death of Devin Haney's mom. And if you go on social media right now, there are people, there's Gervonta Tank Davis fans that are saying, well, Devin Haney started first, and this one started first, and this was no, there is no acceptance. It's wrong. That's it. It's disgusting. It's wrong. But because it's boxing, you got the people in boxing, boxers say the craziest shit in the world. And they get a pass because they're just boxers. Other athletes, man, they all the endorsements will leave them. The sponsors will leave them. But in boxing, chaos. Chaos, chaos, chaos. So Claressa Shields is lucky that she's not I'm not even gonna say the WNBA because I'm tight with the WNBA. But if she was in tennis, if she was in another major sport, they won't tolerate her. Or Remy was supposed to be on the Breakfast Club. Nah, you know what? I think that Remy should do her thing in her um in her network. I think that's a way right now. If she's popping right now, she's so relevant right now. She should be doing content, exclusive content. Matter of fact, if Remy was smart right now, she'll drop a book. If Remy was smart right now, she'll drop a book. Put all the information. Go crash out on Remy on her network so everybody can subscribe. But I think at this moment is dead weight. Or maybe Claressa Shields feel like she needs him to create content or to create relevancy while she's outside of the ring. Maybe it's that. Dude ain't even want the food. He's traumatized by the first time she gave him food. That microwave food. Hey, yo, he's traumatized after this. That's why he didn't want that food. He's traumatized after this. He's traumatized after that. She might drop him after the contract. Yeah, drop him. Who is he? Who is he after that? He ain't nobody but what a dude. He's nothing. Yo, ladies and gentlemen, he is nothing but a dude with 2 girl tattoos on his arm. That's it. I think him being with her has hurt him, has hurt his credibility. It's hurt how people looked at him. And matter of fact, it's hurt how women look. See, people just doesn't want to protect. Look, if you have a good reputation, protect it. Now, if you don't have a good reputation, I'm not gonna, you know what I'm saying? People are gonna feel a certain way. But I'm gonna tell you like this: Remy Ma's husband, for the most part, had a positive reputation. I never truly heard anything derogatory towards him in the culture. I don't think women looked at him less than a man. I think that a lot of women in the culture was so respectful towards him, the way from the outside looking in, and the story of him, how he held down his wife. So women respected him. Men respected him in hip hop because he does his style is still like the essence of hip hop with wordplay and lyricism and storytelling. So he had respect from hardcore hip hop fans, and he had respect for the women as not like a dude, a dude that's just getting fucking her and effing her, but as a husband. And he threw all that away. He threw all the reputation away for Shanae Shields. Because he first, and not even for that, he just couldn't control her. If he would have just said, yo, keep your mind shut, tone it down. Let us do the marketing. We already signed you. We gave you a $3 million bonus. Let us do our job. He's a creative director, right? And when let me create uh and let me manage and let me create how people can see you positive. Let's take advantage of if you already getting a biopic. If they already did a movie about a biopic about you, then think about this. Then her career should have been way bigger, and she should have been way more respected and well known. Because tell me, what athlete at that still going into her prime has a biopic? They just did Michael Jackson's biopic right now. They just did a Michael Jackson biopic right now. There's a lot of artists a lot of artists, entertainers that don't have a biopic that deserve a biopic. So that means that her career could have gone on and up. They did not take advantage of it. You know why? Because of the situation with Remy Ma's husband, and is the reason why that shit flopped. So all I'm saying, Claressa, why are you carrying this dead weight? Nobody remembers this guy anymore. He's a nut. I'll be honest. It's not disrespecting, but people have their time and time passes. People had their time and time passes. And he's a person that you can see, he doesn't know how to reinvent himself. He is dead weight. And you know that he's dead weight because look where Remy Ma is at right now. Remy got a new network. Remy got freestyle, popping music, popping. Everything that she's touching right now is popping. Everything that she's touching, that she's collabing with, is popping. She's performing, everybody singing along. Her freestyle, folks. People are singing along the new freestyle. And this time of day, do you know how hard it is? That's not even her song. That's a freestyle. You feel me? They not even, they not singing along a song. They singing along a freestyle, word for word. Can anybody tell me the last popping freestyle in hip hop that everybody is singing along? Freestyle. I ain't even talking about a song. A freestyle. Can anybody tell me a freestyle right now that everybody's singing along? That everybody knows the word for word. People spit a freestyle, in that moment, people forgetting about it. They move on to the next. That was a beat that so many artists in the Caribbean, in America, and even in the UK rapped on. That beat is time. That beat, people in Jamaica, the Caribbean, in America, and in the UK, they all rapped on top of that beat. And Remy Ma took that beat that everybody rapped and outshined everybody from this side, from the other side of the pond. A freestyle, folks. This was sad right here. Trust me, if you're a performer, you know you're going backstage and you're like,
I got New York City in the palm of my hand.
look at that, bro. Look at that, folks. Look at that. Look at that, folks. What's good, Vic? Look at that. Trust me, as a performer, that hurts. You remember when who was performing? I think that it was Method Man and Red Man. They perform in the summer jam, and he's like, "That's it. He ain't gonna perform no more." He's performing in front of a fan that's it. They don't know their songs like that. That's it. Touch it, bring it, babe. Like, hey, I ain't even you. Who's playing that shit in their car right now? Who's playing that? That's it. And the thing is that you're remembered by a verse in somebody else's song that ain't even your song. As a matter of fact, that's the only song that even your girl, Claressa Shields, know. And that's not even your song. That's what she record. That's what she recorded that part. Cause she don't know the other shit. Nobody knows the other shit. Not even his engineer. Maybe that's why he was mad. Maybe that's what he was. He didn't want no damn food because he saw the video and said he was tight. I don't want to talk to you live. Why you don't want to talk to her live? As a matter of fact, if I were you, you should go live. You should go live with her because that's the only relevancy. It will help you. As a matter of fact, right now, Claressa Shields is carrying dead weight, and we saw that shit in that performance. That performance told you everything you need to know where Papoose is at. He's dead weight. He's not offering or bringing nothing but old dick. Come on now. She should have still with her fiance, bro. They bought a house together. They could have created. He's already a strength and conditioning coach. He's already a trainer. So she was so think about this. She already bought a house with her fiance, right? They bought a house together. He's a trainer. All that gym, she wanted to create a gym. If she was with her fiance, she already would have had that gym already. Because he got a gym in Florida. You was highly respected with Tony, but the thing is, you wanted fame. Yo, and this guy used to stay in the cut. I've seen Claressa Shields in Madison Square Garden and in Las Vegas with Tony. And that dude would stay in the cut, bro. He would stay in the cut. No face expressions, no nothing. No, like you saw that he wasn't with Claressa because he wanted something from her. And you know that he wasn't with her because he wanted something from her, right? That he was not about that. He was not about taking advantage of her. Because who right now could take advantage of saying some dirty shit about Claressa Shields right now? Because you know and I know somebody else, whether a female or a male, would have capitalized off this situation right now. Tony right now could say all the dirties. He could say a lot of things about Claressa Shields, right? That's when you know he wanted no part. He wasn't with her because of she was Claressa Shields or he wanted something of her or anything of that nature. He was always in the cut. And a matter of fact, he's in the cut right now. And trust me, let's be real, let's be honest. I'm a boxing content creator. We all waiting. We all waiting till he say something. Let's be real, let's be honest. Let's not fake the funk. We waiting. We're matter of fact, we're actually saying in our mind, man, why haven't Tony said something? Did he sign an NDA or something like that? But he's not. He doesn't. He seems like he doesn't care. He don't want to talk about that shit. He don't want that to define him. He don't want that relationship to. Maybe he's in another relationship. He doesn't even give a damn. But another person would have took this opportunity with the traffic or the algorithm hitting Claressa Shields that when Tony says something, if he does a video and say, yo, this is how I'm expose Claressa Shields. Everybody from Tasha K, from the Breakfast Club, from Shade Room, from the boxing content creators, me too, Tony, everybody will chime in on it. Am I right or am I wrong? Even when there's people saying that she was cheating on Pap while she was engaged with Tony. And then this guy has the nerve, allegedly, right? That she was dealing with Remy Ma's husband while she was engaged with Tony, because that transition was quick. Let's be honest. Come on, we've been living for a while. They was already in talks, allegedly. So allegedly, she was dealing with Pap while she was engaged with Tony. Yet this guy has the nerve to sucker punch a dude that was allegedly messing with his wife, but you are messing with somebody else's fiance. Why you mad, my guy? Why you mad? Tony should have snuffed you. Why you snuffed that rapper? Then Tony would have came right behind and snuffed you. And if y'all was following boxing and women, when she got with Tony and we found out that she was engaged, everybody was happy for Claressa Shields. Everybody was happy for Claressa. Have y'all seen an interview with Tony? No. Has the story been, hey guy, how do you meet with Claressa Shields? What did she do in your first date? Nothing. People didn't care. I think I think with Claressa, this is the first person that was a celebrity, because you never heard any celebrity saying that, yo, Claressa Shields is bad, I want to get with her. You ain't never heard no man in the industry, athlete or actor or entertainer, that wants to wife up Claressa Shields. Let's be real, let's be honest. And I feel that she is sprung that Papoose probably presented himself as this celebrity in which she already know she was lying. They're saying that she didn't know who Pap was or that he does music, but yeah, she was on fucking Remy Ma's DM. That was the biggest lie of them all. At least say the truth. At that time, if you know Remy, you know Pap. It's come on, like you're being corny now. Like you don't gotta lie like that. Like these are lies that is like these are dumb lies now. You know what I'm saying? Those are dumb lies. I ain't know nothing about him. The first time I met him, it was this and this and that. Yeah, but you was on Remy's DM. If you was on Remy's DM, that means that you was on Remy's profile. But at this moment, that's dead weight. A matter of fact, I think it would work good for her if she'd be like, you know what? I'm gonna pay attention to my career. You know what people are gonna say? I'm gonna be if she says I'm gonna focus on my career 100%. Like she was doing, she was saying in that interview. In that interview, you take out the pap when them ex and that interview would have been good. What you focus on? I'm just focused on just my career. Yeah, focus on that. Focus on that. And people will be like, you know what? Good choice. People will start saying that you smartening up. People will go back to from not liking you to okay, we could tolerate her just a bit. See where this is gonna go. She should have stuck with Maserati Bud. I think I'll be honest. I think that this guy's dead weight. And people are gonna be like, "You hating?" Nah, man. I'm a boxing content creator, and just like I said, man, we're looking at these athletes, and we want these athletes to be the best that they could be. You want it, and if you respect the nature of the sport, and you respect it more than just them, what they do in the ring or in the field, because that's the reason why we love Muhammad Ali. That's the reason why we say that Muhammad Ali is the GOAT. It's because he was impactful in and out the ring. To be the GOAT is more than just what you do in the ring. If then a Buck Crawford would be the GOAT. Then a Manny Pacquiao. What people believe that Manny Pacquiao was top five. Is one of the GOATs. It's because it's his impact to the people in the Philippines, how he gives back, his impact in and out the ring. That's why a lot of people can't stomach when they say Claressa Shields. No, she's not impactful. She's not influential. How can you be the greatest of all time when Time Magazine doesn't even have you in their magazine as one of the most influential athletes in the world? You're not even one of the hundreds. How can you be the GOAT? How can you be the GOAT when one of the biggest entities in the sport of boxing that elevates women boxing, that is they're investing in women boxing from the networks of Netflix and ESPN, MVP as a promotional company, and you're banned from them? Tell me what GOAT is banned from anything in their respective sport. Outside of Pete Rose, the late Pete Rose, that was gambling, and that's the only reason why they banned him from baseball. A GOAT gets the red carpet treatment in their respective sport. Can you imagine if the NBA, can you imagine if the NBA bans Michael Jordan? NFL bans Jerry Rice and Tom Brady. The NHL bans Wayne Gretzky. Hmm? Track and field bans Usain Bolt. Huh? Think about it. Boxing bans Mike Tyson. Think about it. If you're the GOAT, not even the steroids baseball players is banned. Maybe from the Hall of Fame, but not from the field. Shit, they welcome Barry Bonds. They welcome Mark McGuire. They welcome Manny Ramirez. They welcome Alex Rodriguez. I think the gym with Dre in Detroit is on hold. Gyms are expensive. She ain't got it. She can't get it because she's so much into the relationship that she can't run a gym. But if she was into her business and she like, I'm 31 years old, I can make a lot of moves right now. She can make those moves. Ladies and gentlemen, in women's sports, women in women's sports, you know how they get paid? Because of course the revenue is different. The revenue and the tickets and the revenue is different from the male sport. Caitlin Clark gets paid more in endorsement than her WNBA paycheck. Simone Biles or Biles, right? She gets paid off endorsements. Most of the girls get paid more. Ebony Bridges get paid more on OnlyFans than in boxing. Claressa Shields, yeah, she could get paid from $1 million, but if she was an ambassador, somebody that people could be inspired by and motivated by, and she's not toxic, that she could have been like Ronda Rousey, getting paid over the millions. And everywhere she goes, she gonna get paid. She go to the WWE and she'll do a WrestleMania. Claressa Shields has that opportunity. She has that opportunity right now. Because think about it, even Katie Taylor and Amanda Serrano's on their way out. She has the opportunity right now. Let go of that dead weight. Let go and try to build your brand. Because the fighter, you all right. You okay as a fighter. You a winner as a fighter. You undefeated as a fighter. You accomplished as a fighter. But that's not going to get you over the hump. Manny Pacquiao was signed to Nike. Roy Jones Jr. was signed to Jordan. Certain fighters have Reebok deals. She could have way more. But which endorsers is gonna see past your antics and past this weird relationship that you got? Because you're a woman, you a lady in the end of the day. Hey yo, folks, sometimes they tell these male, these sex symbol male entertainers not to even be in relationships because it'll kill the illusion of women fan base. So they don't put their relationship in front street like that because it's not part of the marketing and the advertising. You need to you need to market an illusion that that you're every woman's man and vice versa. Just like when Usher he got married, man, he took a dip. When Kanye West first got married, he took a little dip. Well, Usher, I remember when Usher already got married, he took a dip. I remember they was talking about that shit, like his album dipped a little bit because the illusion of being with someone. Then the girls got mad. The girls got mad because Usher got married. The Beyonce of boxing, yeah, okay. She still won't get endorsements because she messed up her digital footprint. No company will touch her. I don't think no massive company will touch her. But that's what I'm saying. Her age, she still got time though. I think she still got time. I mean, a miracle has to happen. But hey, do you believe in miracles? But I think her route is. I think And that's what I'm saying, that he's dead weight, and whatever plans that they have is not working. Look, she getting mad. And to be honest, that was a constructive criticism of Joe Button. Like, he's saying, like, yo, that a girl like her, an athlete like her, that she's the great, that he was trying to say she's the greatest fighter, should not be in a clown show. She's getting mad because of that. You didn't bring the 17,000. It was the clowns that brought the 17,000. It was the unprofessional people that came into your profession, and they the one that packed the place. How about you say this? I will fight Michaela Mayer and, let's say, Shakur Stevenson will fight a tune-up, or one of your friends in the sport of boxing, right? Who's your friend? Shakur, right? That's her. That's her bro, right? How about you say, Shakur, if you don't get a big fight and you're getting a tune-up fight, how about you fight on my co-main? Because I believe that if and Claressa Shields fight in a main event, and that will create, oh shit, Shakur Stevenson is in the co-main event to Claressa Shields. He's fighting a tune-up. Let's just say anybody a tune-up. It would look good on her. And more people will go because, yes, Shakur is the name, Clarissa is the name, and is respected. And it'll show her that she is above, or she's in the same league, lucrative wise, than her male counterparts. If I was Remy Ma's husband, the first thing I'll say, we're gonna have a sit down with MVP. I don't want to sit down. We're gonna have a sit down with MVP. Shut the f up. I'm gonna hire a PR. We're gonna come out with some an apology, and we're gonna hook up with MVP, because MVP has the infrastructures of Netflix, of ESPN, and have the infrastructures of the other female fighters that we need for you to get the highest payday from these networks, because Netflix is throwing the bag. The zone is not going to throw the bag. Netflix is throwing the bag. But no, this guy's so much worried about her putting on a music video when the first thing that he should be doing is, you know what? Let's hash things down with MVP. Because through MVP, then we could get and talk to Netflix. And then Netflix will have to talk to MVP and say, you know what? Can we get Clarissa versus Michaela Mayer on Netflix or on ESPN? I don't think Salida has an exclusive promotional deal or an event or fight by fight. As a matter of fact, I'm gonna get the info on that, because I don't think Salida has an exclusive promotional deal with the Zone. Fanny says she ain't gonna listen. I know. But at least we're putting it in the air, right? At least I'm giving something that I know will help. Just like when I did that, when I wrote an apology for her, and I said, "Don't say nothing, Claressa Shields." And I did a video. I said, "This is what you're gonna say to MVP." And what happened? I'm gonna sue MVP. And then when Akisa said in the interview, basically what Akisa was trying to say is that he was just mad at Claressa Shields because he just didn't apologize. That she went about it and not fit, no, didn't have no remorse or nothing. She just should have apologized to MVP, to Netflix, to ESPN, the representative. That's all she had to do. But the way that she went by it, and that's what I mean, that this dude cannot control her. I think she look at that dude. Maybe that dude is putting it down good for her. Maybe that dude is doing the licky, 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 and nobody never wanted to go down and do the licky, 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 licky. It was the first time that probably he did the licky, 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 that somebody did the licky, 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 licky to her. And she's like, oh my God, nobody ever did this to me. Nobody ever did this to me. And she probably fell in love. But at the same time, he a beta male. Like when a girl, come on, man. She don't listen to him. He can't control her. Like he was supposed to control that situation with Alicia Baumgartner in that event. He was so scared to hold her back. Woman, what are you doing, man? You're embarrassing me. This is a network type of setting where I'm representing Win, I'm representing you. Look at the representative. Let's talk to Netflix. Let's talk to these people. But he can't even handle that shit. So all I'm saying is she's carrying dead weight.
Change, bitches still hate. I'm a wife, baby, I don't need saving. I'm a wife, baby, I don't need saving.
I'm a wife, baby, I don't need saving.
Put your hand down, Shanini Shields. Put your hand down. You ain't gonna, you ain't no damn wife. You don't got no ring. It was the wrong hang anyway. Anyway, see, even that. See this. This is what you want. This is what you want, Shanini Shields. Hold up. This is what you want. This is what you want, Shanini Shields. Listen to Punch. This is what you want. You in a video with Shakur Stevenson's fiance, and he is gentleman enough to get down on one knee and propose to his now fiance and future wife. Something that the gigolo from upstairs cannot do. You know why? Because he's still married. So the best thing that he could do is get this. Get the $35 tattoo. Why y'all even throwing a picture? The picture's even embarrassing. The picture is even embarrassing. What are you showing off? Bro, and take off the sunglasses. You in a tattoo shop. Like it's giving me a lot of cornball type of everything about it. It's just corn. Like, take the fucking glasses off, bro. You in a tattoo shop. You in a tattoo shop. Why you got sunglasses on? And why? Nobody sees the tattoo, bro. We need a close up. We need a close up. Oh my god. Hey yo, Clarissa, you should have smacked him right there. Any girl, why he has a tattoo like this, and then he comes home and say, "Nah, baby, you know what I'm saying? The past is the past, but you my world, you my life, you my everything. You the best thing that ever happened to me." And he hits you with this. Yo, ladies, come on, man. The dude said that Clarissa is the best thing that ever happened to her. And this guy did a now he didn't even thought, yo, my man, just I'm here for a tattoo. Just write Clarissa right here. I don't give a damn how you spell it. Yo, how you spell it? Just sign it off and just hurry up. I gotta get to an event. I just want to gas this bitch up. Yo, he was better off never showing that shit. You just should have showed it to her. But it's like I said in the video, when I was talking about this, she probably was crashing out. And this is the way that he felt that he needed to do. So be like, yo, baby, I know that these interviews and they keep on talking about this divorce. Baby, I'm going to court. Baby, don't trust me. I'm going to handle this shit. No, it's been 2 years, motherfucker. Show me that I'm the one. Secure me. Because shit, I ain't even pregnant, shit like that. And I'm surprised that I ain't even pregnant. I don't know. Secure me. Secure me. You can't get down on one knee. You can't marry me. I can't get pregnant and shit like that. And you're like, all right, baby. Hold on. I'm gonna come back. Just do your hair. I'm gonna come back right quick. And he did a little tattoo like this. Come on, man. You need no thought in it, no nothing. No boxing gloves, no medals around it, no weaves around it, nothing. Nothing that says that this is Claressa Shields. Nothing. No Flint, Michigan, poison water around it, nothing. Nothing. Nothing, man. But it is what it is. Hey, more content for us. More content for us. This is what he's in love. Look at them. Oh, this is what he missed. Home cooked meal, legacy, respect. This is when he had respect. Now your wife is popping, glowing, looking better than ever, looking like she's 29. Your girl looking like she's 52. How you go from this to that, bruh? Now you got this shit on your shoulder. No elevation or nothing. Man, bro. But hey, I still think that she's she's carrying that weight. But speaking about changing the subject right quick, this is Devin Haney's big brother. You already know. Javante Tank Davis had a disgusting post mocking the death of Devin Haney's mother. Devin Haney's big brother posted this yesterday. Hey, little Tay Tay Javante, in case you forgot, remember that convo we had in the Fountain Blue. You better sign the contract or shut up, cause it don't take much over here to stick a nigga in an interrogation room or a freezer. Was this a threat? Again, my condolences go out to Devin Haney's mother. My condolences go out to him and his family and stuff like that. Rest in peace to Devin Haney's mom. It's unfortunate. I can't even imagine the pain of losing a mom. The closest thing that I could that I have as a mom that I lost was my grandmother, and I'm still trying to get. I'm still not even over it. I'm still grieving. It's been a year, but but and the back and forth between these guys that have been dissing their moms, I think that's on call for. Um, There are people out there that saying that Devin Haney started it, Bill started it, Tank started it. It's unfortunate, but I think that was very, very bad timing for Javante Tan Davis. I mean, it's bad timing just to go after the mothers. Like, what does Tank's mother and Devin Haney's mother had to do with their calling each other out and trash talking one another? I think it took. I think they both was wrong, but at this moment, when mocking the dead and stuff like that, I think that was on call for. You know what I'm saying? I think that was disgusting in my opinion. He said, how you go from Remy to Holiday Heart?" So, but anyway, this was a quick live. Tomorrow we'll be back at it. 7:30 p.m. Eastern time. I just wanted to do a quick live and recap the weekend. So again, shout out to Teofimo Lopez becoming the three-division world champion. Shout out to Amanda Serrano becoming to capturing her 50th win. Um, Hopefully this weekend is fight week, ladies and gentlemen. You already know MVP. We got Michaela Mayer versus Chantel Cameron. The winner of Michaela Mayer and Chantel Cameron may be a possible opponent for Claressa Shields. So this is a fight that I know Claressa Shields is hoping for Michaela Mayer to win because she believes that Michaela Mayer. I don't know what's a contract with MVP. I don't know if it's a multi-fight contract or one fight contract, but it looks like Michaela Mayer does want to give one of her best friends a fight because that's one of Claressa Shields' best friend. Um, I think Chantel Cameron is going to win. I don't know why Claressa Shields doesn't want to call out Chantel Cameron. I think she got the better resume. I think she got the better win. I think she's a little bit bigger. I think it's gonna be a 50-50 fight. It's a great fight. I just feel like Chantel Cameron is gonna beat Michaela Mayer, but I will not be surprised if Michaela Mayer does beat. I just feel like Chantel Cameron. Ugh, I think it's a 51-49 fight in my opinion. I think that Chantel Cameron is gonna win, but I'm very very surprised that Claressa Shields don't call out Chantel Cameron. Chantel Cameron that beat Jessica McCaskill. Chantel Cameron that beat the only woman to beat Katie Taylor, and is naturally bigger than Michaela Mayer. I think that she could make 160 pounds easier than Michaela Mayer or any other girl. I'm very surprised that Claressa Shields don't call out Chantel Cameron the way that she's calling out the 147-pound division. I mean, 147-pounder in Lauren Price or Michaela Mayer, her friend that came from the 130-pound division. Why ain't she calling Chantel Cameron that has the best win probably in the whole in their generation? Maybe Chantel Cameron does got more pop. Chantel Cameron is big. Chantel Cameron know how to use her feet. Chantel Cameron is technical. And Chantel Cameron got better wins than even a Claressa Shields, in my opinion. Caroline Dubois also fights. And we're going to see, of course, Caroline Dubois wins. We're going to hear more about a potential fight between Caroline Dubois versus Alicia Baumgartner. Women boxing is alive and well. As a matter of fact, I am more into the women boxing than I am with the men, especially this year. Because we are watching great fights, and the best is fighting the best. Michaela Mayer versus Chantel Cameron is one of the best fights that you can make in women's boxing. It's gonna be a great fight. I think these girls are gonna go at it. I think it's gonna be entertaining. Michaela Mayer's entertaining. Chantel Cameron go to war. Caroline Dubois, she fights like she fights. She I like her combination. I like her athleticism and everything else. Let me know what y'all think. Tomorrow we'll be back at it 7:30 p.m. or tonight 7:30 p.m. Eastern time. Love y'all. God bless, and on to the next.
Get up, you son of a bitch!
Cause Pawns Drunk loves ya.